We have so much time on our hands right now. So what better time than to self-reflect? So what is self-reflection? Why is it good for us? And what are 5 compelling questions that you can ask yourself? Before I get to that, my name is Tawana T. I am an author and I am an intuitive self-love coach. Here on my YouTube channel, I help women gain the support and the strength to choose themselves over and over again and to love themselves without fear, without guilt, and without regret. So self-reflection is when we meditate or we have serious thoughts about our character, about our actions, and about our motives. It helps us make sense of things. It helps us problem solve. It helps us to have breakthroughs. It helps us to figure out why we keep having recurring thoughts. It helps us recognize our progress and track changes in our lives. And it increases our self-awareness and inspires us to accept ourselves. Most importantly, we get to know who our truest self is by asking compelling questions. And most people, to be honest, don't self-reflect. The one time that people do self-reflect is New Year's, when people think about the next year and the changes they want to make in their lives. But for the most part, people do not self-reflect because, we're busy. We're busy just living every day. Self-reflection helps us to get to know ourselves. And you know what I always say? It's hard to love a stranger, but most of us walk around with one all day, ourselves. So the most important thing you can get out of self-reflection is to learn and to know and to understand who your truest self is. And to know you is to love you. So although there are many questions you can ask in self-reflection, there are 5 revealing questions you can ask to learn from self-reflection. So number 1 is, what don't I like about my life? If it's your job, say it's your job. If it's a friend that annoys you, say it's a friend. If it's a relationship that you are in, say it's a relationship. But be completely honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't understand it, nor can you make changes to it to make your life better. Number 2, what's going well in my life? So many times we focus on the negative that we forget about the things that are actually going quite well. So think about the things that make you feel good. Think about the accomplishments that you have. Think about the progress you are making and give yourself some credit. So when things aren't going so well, you can think about how those things make you feel and reflect on those to help you get back on track. Change happens more often than we think. But due to the monotony of everyday life and us micromanaging our routines down to what time we eat, what time we go to work, we hardly even notice the changes that occur in our lives. So when you reflect, it's important to look at what's happened over the past year, what's happened over the past couple of months and weeks and days, and start seeing how those things have affected you. Number 4, am I in control? As human beings, we love being in control. So we hate not having control. And that's the reason why there are a lot of people who will not fly, but will drive a car. even though there are more car accidents there than there are plane crashes, but you know. So when we feel like we don't have control, we lose sense of what's going on in our lives, and it really messes up our routine. And number 5, which is the scariest question to most people, is why? You remember having a toddler and they would ask you something, and then you give them the answer and they would say why, and then you would tell them why, and they would say why. It's like, don't ask me why anymore. I don't know if you guys had children, but my kids used to drive me crazy. But why? But that is what I'm going to say is number 5. Ask why to everything. So if you want to get to the root of any issue, positive or negative, ask yourself why. It is a pivotal point so you can start understanding your motives, your reasoning, your emotions as to why you're making the decisions you are. And it keeps you honest, because remember, you're trying to understand yourself. So honesty is the best policy. The only reason why I was able to get to know myself more through different questions of going through this process was self-reflection. The happiest moments in my life and some of the saddest moments, just understanding why I was responding the way I did. So it's a big part of personal growth, and it's the most important thing you can do in getting to know yourself. I hope that you learned something from this video and that you can take some of this information and apply it to your daily life. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, welcome, and hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell so that when I upload a video, you'll be the first to know. And if you are returning, hello there, and thank you for watching my video. Down at the bottom, there are some links. Go ahead and grab my one thing that you can do every day to love yourself more. So join my free Facebook group, Your Beautiful Journey, where there's a community of women who are gaining the ability to love themselves by choosing themselves first and loving themselves without regret, without worry, and without fear. Also, check out my website where you can purchase your copy of Paint Yourself Beautiful, Journal the Journey to You. So thank you for watching again, and bye for now.